We have a couple of files that we need to do some color adjustments on. So we're going to start with a rose file, and this top layer rose color balance command should be selected. And we are going to go into the image menu, adjustment submenu. We're going to choose color balance. And this image has way too much blue, so we're going to drag the slider here over to yellow. And right now it's on midtones, which is where the majority of the pixels in this image are located. And as far as how much yellow, somewhere around -80. I went a little higher than that, but you're going to want it pretty far over into the yellow side to get rid of that blue. Now, what we're also going to do to this is add a little bit of green. And you can see as I drag the slider that green in the background is actually coming forward and showing up a little bit more. And as far as how far, you're going to want it about 70 or 75 right in there. And then we're going to add just a little bit of red. So around 40 should be good. Now to brighten this up a little, we're going to go ahead and click OK. And you'll see it applied those changes directly to that layer. And what we're going to do next is brighten this up a little bit using a little different command. So under Image, Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast, we're going to increase the brightness just a little bit. So somewhere between 5 and 10. And then we're going to increase the contrast somewhere between 30 and 50. Now here there's a preview, so you can actually turn it off and then turn it on to see the difference. And then we're going to click OK. And we're going to save the changes. And then we're going to go to our other file, which also has some issues with color. The water should be more of a blue instead of this kind of murky green, green-gray water. And the sky should be a little bit truer blue as well. And this boat cover should actually look white, and you can see it has gotten yellowed over time. So we're going to fix this. You want to make sure you're on the color balance layer. We're going to go to Image and Adjustments, and we're going to pick Color Balance. And let's move this over a little bit so we can see better. And we are going to increase the blue. And that should remove a lot of those yellow tones. And as far as how far to increase it, anywhere around 50 is good. And we're going to get rid of some of the green. So we're going to increase the magenta. So somewhere between -5 and 10 is good. And then up here, we're going to decrease the red, which is actually going to even add more blue in. And around -20 would be good for this one. So at this point, the image looks pretty good. Now, if you still notice areas that you want to fix, keep in mind that you're only looking at or working with midtones. So if I wanted to adjust shadows, I'd actually have to pick shadows and then bump the blue up in the shadows as well. Now, same with the highlights. If some of the highlighted areas seem a little off in color, you could adjust in there as well. But I'm actually pretty happy with this, so I'm going to click OK. And we're going to do a little brightness and contrast enhancement. So we're going to go to Image, Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast. And we are going to adjust the contrast somewhere between 30 and 50. The brightness looks okay. Now, if you turn it off and turn it on, you can see that there is more contrast. Notice how the darks are a little bit darker. And we're going to go ahead and click OK. And then we're going to save our changes.